credit builder loans, I should say, are designed to help rebuild credit by making fixed payments over time. Okay. Number 2, the lender holds the borrowed amount in a savings account and then releasing it once the loan is fully paid. Okay. Then number 3, timely payments improve your credit while building savings simultaneously. Okay. And again, with these credit builder loans, they don't get enough credit. Hello, everyone. This is Calvin Russell, CEO and founder of 850 Club Credit. Hope everyone's doing well today. Today, we're going to talk to you all about how to build your credit after bankruptcy. A lot of people have heard about things, how to do this, or they skip certain steps, or they just say, you know what? I had no idea I could build my credit up so fast after bankruptcy. Let's show you how to do it. All right. Now, first, I'm going to break down what we're going to go over inside of this video. So in this video, we're going to explain the following. Number 1 is understanding the impact of bankruptcy. Okay. Number 2, how to create a post-bankruptcy budget, learning how to pay bills on time and certain things that you can do to kind of speed that process up, how to apply for a secured credit card, how to consider a credit builder loan, and of course, keeping your credit utilization low so you don't mess this whole thing up again. And last but not least, how to monitor your credit report regularly. All right, let's get started. So number 1, understanding the impact of bankruptcy. Okay, it's not the end of the world, but it most definitely shows banks that, hey, you made a certain amount of mistakes and you feel like you couldn't even get out of that situation. Now, bankruptcy significantly is going to affect your credit score, typically lowering it by several hundred points. Okay, but again, it's not the end of the world because there are banks and financial institutions that have products to help you rebuild. Number 2, it remains on your credit report for up to 10 years for Chapter 7 and 7 years for Chapter 13 bankruptcy. Okay. Then, of course, despite the initial damage, you can rebuild your credit with disciplined financial habits and time. I do want to throw in a sidebar, too. If you're looking to go into home ownership, if you have a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, you have to wait to 2 years after discharge date. So, for example, if you start a Chapter 7 bankruptcy, it usually takes about 3 to 4 months to discharge. And then you have to wait 2 years after that time frame to qualify for home ownership. Now, the good news is with a Chapter 13, you can start the home buying process after 1 year of having your payments on time. So most Chapter 13s are scheduled automatic payments, but just something that you want to keep in mind in general. Next is going to be considering creating a post-bankruptcy budget. Okay, you want to analyze your income and expenses to build a realistic budget that prioritizes essential payments. So if you see that your money is coming in and you got a certain amount of money going out, ask yourself, what can I put on auto pay, right? Like, for example, if you get paid on the 15th, but you got bills that's going to come out before the 15th, see if you could change those payment schedule dates. That way it can get paid on the 15th or the 16th, and it's going to automatically be taken out the account. One less thing to worry about as well, too. Next is focus on living within your means to avoid accumulating new debt. I know a lot of people don't want to hear this, but again, this really helps, especially if you're coming out of bankruptcy. Number 3 is going to be establishing an emergency savings fund to reduce financial strain in case of unexpected expenses. OK, so keep that in mind as well as you're going through this process. Real quick, if you're looking for a cheap account that's going to help you build your credit score every single month, then check out this account. It's only $10 a month and it reports to all 3 credit bureaus. Scan this QR code to learn more or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Next is going to be paying all of your bills on time. Now I know that this is easier said than done, right? But timely payments are critical as your payment history makes up 35% of your credit score. Okay, that's how important payment history is. So again, setting up reminders, especially if you don't want to do auto pay. But again, automatic payments are going to be easier to ensure that you never miss a due date. All right. Then number 3 is going to be consistent on-time payments. Gradually improve your credit score over time. People have no idea how quick this can improve their credit score. We're talking 3 months, 6 months for sure. Next is going to be applying for a secured credit card. Okay. Now, secured credit cards require a deposit, which acts like your credit limit and collateral. Okay. Then number 2, they help establish a positive payment history when used responsibly. Okay. And then number 3, ensure that the card issuer reports payments to all of the credit bureaus, the main ones, TransUnion, Equifax, and Experian, to build your credit. Now, one of the companies that I like for this is like Capital One. like a Capital One Platinum secured credit card. Matter of fact, I would say apply for the Capital One Platinum. They allow you to get approved even if you're in bankruptcy, fresh out of bankruptcy as well too. And then if you get denied, then you can go with the Capital One secured credit card. Now I like that because they have 3 approval tiers. They have a $50 deposit for a $200 limit. They have a $100 deposit for a $200 limit, and they have a $200 deposit for a $200 limit. Okay, and that's based on your credit. Worst case scenario, if you get denied for that one, then you can also go with a company called Open Sky. Now, Open Sky pretty much approves everybody, and all you have to do is just get them $200, and that's going to be your limit. And they also just came out with a brand new card, which automatically converts from a secured credit card to an unsecured credit card. So those are some options if you need them. Next is going to be considering a credit builder loan. Now we're going to give you all an option to choose from, an option to consider in this video as well. But a credit builder loan is designed, credit builder loans, I should say, are designed to help rebuild credit by making fixed payments over time. Okay. Number 2, the lender holds the borrowed amount in a savings account and then releasing it once the loan is fully paid. Okay. Then number 3, timely payments improve your credit while building savings simultaneously. Okay. And again, with these credit builder loans, they don't get enough credit. I remember when banks first started doing this, people didn't understand it. But then some banks kind of try to take advantage of people too. They will give people $1,000 cash and then have them pay $100 a month for 12 months. Now you pay $1,200 just to get $1,000. Now the game is different. Whatever you put in is exactly what you're going to get back at the end of your term. And since a lot of banks are doing this, there are 12-month terms, 24-month terms, and so on and so forth. Okay. But we're going to show you all a couple options to consider as well, too. All right. Real quick, be sure to download our free ebook today. All you got to do is scan this QR code right here or click the link in the description below. Now back to the video. Next is going to be keeping your utilization low. Now, if you do end up getting, of course, a credit card, secured or unsecured, you need to be on top of this. Aim to use less than 30% of your available credit to maintain a healthy utilization rate. Okay. Now we say 30% because we don't want people to feel bad if they got like a $1,000 credit card and the balance is like 900. That's okay. It's like, hey, bring it down to 30 at least. But if you really want to see the best potential of your credit score, it needs to be 7 to 10% utilization if you can. Okay. Now keep in mind, it's not about how much you're using with your credit cards. Like people think if I use more, then my credit score is going to go up more. That's not the case. They more so care about utilization. So the limit doesn't matter. Whether you have a $25,000 limit or if you have a $250 limit, you need to make sure that you're using 7 to 10% utilization. OK, and make sure you put that on auto pay. Number 2, paying balances in full each month helps avoid interest charges and improves your credit score. Again, this is where auto pay is going to be key. Number 3, monitor your credit card usage carefully to maintain disciplined spending habits as well, too. OK, we don't want to start just thinking we have to buy things. Back in the day, people would say things like, oh, just get groceries, just get gas. Listen, some people's grocery bill every month is completely different. And some people that get gas, some people it costs $80 to $100, $100 plus just to fill up the tank. And they're driving every single week. You can max out a credit card doing that. OK, so again, be careful and do what makes sense to you and your financial, not just strategy, but also to your financial expenses as well. Next is going to be monitoring your credit report regularly. OK, now review your credit report for errors and dispute inaccuracies promptly. All right. Keeping track of your progress helps you stay motivated and aware of changes. OK, because sometimes you may look at your credit report and you may realize that some stuff that is on there is not your account. So you got to take care of that. Number 3, free annual credit reports are available from major credit bureaus like Equifax, Experian, and TransUnion. You can easily just go to annualcreditreport.com, and that's where you can actually see all of those credit reports as well for free. Now, again, that's just going to be your credit report, not your credit score. If you want to see your scores for free, at least one of the scores, you can go to freecreditscore.com. It sounds cheesy or spammy, but it's actually owned by Experian. Now, let me know your thoughts inside the comment section below. If you are going through a bankruptcy, you're building your credit, if you're rebuilding your credit, if you're trying to figure out how you can, what else you can accomplish. Listen, you can refinance your car. You can get a high limit credit card. You can go into home ownership. If you don't know what to do, just, hey, listen, ask us some questions inside the comment section below. We'll try our best to get to them. We get about 150 to 200 comments per day, but let me know if this video was helpful as well. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys on the next video.